Now join us as we go live to Venezuela. President Nicolas Maduro is offering statements. Let's listen.
6 million of Colombian here. So Colombia and Venezuela, we are obliged to be united, to march together towards the independence of the continent and to rebuild the basis of what was the great republic, the great Colombia founded by Bolivar in the Orinoco. The day will come in which our countries will speak with the voice of a united people, as was said by Ali in that song that you know, right? And it will come the day in which our continent will speak with the voice of a united people dedicated to Allende, and it will be a day in which Colombia and Venezuela will never again be perturbed by the imperial intrigue and the lies and the divisionist lies, the greedy and ambitious lies of the oligarchy, of the drug trafficking oligarchy of Colombia that conspires against Venezuela and against the Union. So the working class needs to have its economical plan the same way we created Delcy Eloína Rodríguez Gómez, Dean of the Economy. The same way we created an international committee that has started very well for all of the work of spreading the work of this process and looks for international solidarity. In that same way, we have to create immediately, Delcy, I give to you the task of creating a commission of development, of economical development integral of the 13 engines of the working class in the past to the Constitutional Congress of the 14, 15, and 16 of December. The economy. And who can know more about economy than those who create wealth? Or do I lie? Who can know more about economy than us, the workers? If a working president that has been hit with everything, that they have done every single type of economical war, I am ready, I said, to resist, to combat, and we have accomplished to push forward a new economical model that will give the country each time more stability, more growth, and fulfilling at 100%. And what still needs to be done, only we know how to do it. And now with this economical commission of the working class, we're not going to be stopped by anything or anyone. We're going to go forward in growing and overcoming any problem that is derived from that economical war. It is a very good idea, happy idea that I received from who? You. From you. I received from you. That course, I received it in the academy, the English Academy. It is a very fast way of learning. That who understood, understood. So it is a central subject to know that the constitutional process of the working class is liberating forces that were contained and that have been maturing in these 10 and 15 years. There's new forces, new ideas, new leaderships that we have to prepare them and facilitate the path for them to take the direction of the Venezuelan society, of the Venezuelan politics, and of the life in general of our country. If a worker like you, the university students, if a worker is capable of taking a gun or a missile launcher and go to the training camps for 15 days and train themselves and say, I am willing to give my life for my homeland and my family, that worker, that militia man, that militia woman is prepared to have the handles of this country and say, here in Venezuela, the working class is the one that rules. The power, the power. And I say to you, as I remembered, as a militant that I am, if you ask me, what am I? I am a militant of the cause of the people. A militant that learns every day. And a militant that only has one aspiration, the development of this homeland, that this homeland to be respected by the world, that it's never humiliated by anyone, by no empire, and for us to have the economical power, the scientific, the cultural, educational, and technological powers as well to continue moving forward with our own efforts. I told it to the scientists, men and women, 2 days ago. I told it to the communal men and women yesterday, because our scientists are a wonderful thing. 67,000 of scientists, 757,000 children and young men and women in the schools, in the scientific seedbed. What we're doing goes beyond eyesight. And I told them that they create solutions every day for 1,000 things that you can't even imagine. Sometimes one doesn't even know, because we do not communicate everything we do. They created a special vector with some plants that you put them in water, and the plant sterilizes, if it can be said like that, the mosquitoes that transmit chikungunya, dengue, and other diseases. And we have managed to lower the 30% of the numbers of dengue in the rain seasons that we have. It is not that those diseases that come from the bite of the mosquitoes increase. On the contrary, it went down on a 30%, and that was created by the brilliant minds of Venezuelan scientists. But I told them the next thing, and I will tell you, because you are the working men and women, and workers are technologists, inventors, scientists, the people that don't care about the machines that don't arrive. They fix it and they keep working. In the case that an X card is not sold to us in the world because we are blocked, they say you can go to this person with these cards, and X person looks at the cards, fixes, and turns the card back, and the card starts working as well in the machine. Right. Delcy, say to yourself, don't you do that every day, so the economy continues growing. And I said to the scientists what I say to you, working class, innovative, technological, scientific, and inventive. Let's learn in the world everything from everyone. Very well. We believe in Venezuela. Let's create in Venezuela everything that we need with our own technology, and let's never ever depend again on anyone in this world. Independence, total independence, absolute independence in the effort, in technology, in the machinery, in the equipment, in knowledge. As it was said by Francisco de Miranda, our precursor, independence or nothing. So the Economical Commission has to have a lot of science, of technology. The CPTs, the councils, the productive councils of worker men and women has to have a very important role there, because we have to start organizing the new structure the same way that the National Armed Forces and our Commander Chavez, and then the Commander Nicolas Maduro Moros, the son of Chavez. In the same path, we created a new military doctrine, a new structure of deployment and of combat. And also the National Armed Forces, it is a force, a National Armed Forces that is also Bolivarian. The force that comes from this constitutional working class hurricane needs to be organizing in the new battalions, to name it in a military language, in the new ways of organization. Which are the new ways of organizing in the armed forces? They organized 8 regions of integral defense, and we have the country with 8 regions of integral defense, and each region of integral defense has a plan of combat, of armed fight, of the deployment of weapons, of the deployment of militias. They were organized by each state or federal entity and integral defense zone, the ODIs, that they receive the orders from the REDIs to implement the subsequent plans today at a level of a permanent exercise, the Independence 200. At a municipality level, we organize the areas of integral defense, the ADIs, and it continues in a vertical level, working 5 components, the 4 components known historically: the Bolivarian Army, the Bolivarian Army, the Bolivarian Aviation on the Guards, and the Bolivarian militias as the 5th component, the special component, which is the people in arms, where the people can, the homeland grows. And on that path, I could amplify with pictures the explanation of how the armed forces have lived a revolution, a military revolution with Bolivar, because Chavez and Maduro, we have done in Venezuela a military revolution with Bolivar, with Urdaneta, with Sucre, with Manuela Sáenz, with Luisa Cáceres Arizmendi, and also with Guaycaipuro and Ezequiel Zamora. Here we're not putting hot cloths with small changes like other places have done, that what they end is administering the oligarchies, and after 4 years of government comes the fascism, as for example Milei, or what is happening in Chile, that a follower of Augusto Pinochet and a son of a Nazi is at the doors of the presidency of the republic with the truth. I don't offend nor I fear. It was said by the great liberator Jose Gervasio Artigas. Chile is paying for the consequences of a process of deep change that was frustrated by those who got to power, and from Venezuela we can say it with honor and with morale, because it hurts us It hurts us deeply. The people of Salvador Allende, betrayed so many times, massacred so many times. We hurt the people of Victor Jara and of Pablo Neruda. In Venezuela, that hasn't happened because we have done a deep revolution, a true one. And now, in the working class, we are at the doors of the biggest revolution of the working class that has ever been seen in 100 years of history of the working class movement and of the working people. The Constitutional Congress of the working class. So take note, my partners, take note. And let's be able to learn from the great teacher, the delegates of the base. You are my teachers, and from you I expect a lot because I feed myself from you. Your strength is my strength, your power is my power, and here there's no unipersonal regime, one person regime. And I say that as Chavez said in his time, and he was underestimated when he said, Chavez is not me, it is you, working women. Chavez is not me, it is you, young Venezuelan. Chavez is not me, it's you, worker. It's you, businessman. It's you, farmer, singer, poet, because they said that Chavez had a regime. They continue with the same narrative, and I'm not sure that the word exists. The coffee here for the people. Well, recooked is when you fry something. How do you say it in English? If the word used for when something is cooked in oil is fry, then to recook it, it would be refried. So they're repeating the refry, that Maduro is this or that. And I can say to you, dear brothers, that we know each other from all of our lives, and you know who I am. And to you, dear sisters, Conchita, Maria, Petra, Carmen, I have a satisfaction in my heart that is very big, because I can say today, 2025, November 20th, in Venezuela, fortunately, it is not a man, it is not Maduro, it's a people, it is a working class that is empowered, it's a republic that is united, standing and willing to fight for the rights and to be respected in this world today, tomorrow, and always. It is not Maduro, it is a history that is very big of Bolivar. It is a project that goes beyond imbeciles. With the forgiveness of the good and noble imbeciles, that they also exist, but these are the perverse ones. You are stupid. It is not Maduro, it is the people. It is the republic. It is the history, the great Bolivarian. And each time more, the coffee has arrived. I am happy as a warm It's so many things. I imagine that from today, attention, commission that promotes what the organization is of the methodology of the working tables to prepare the proposals. Don't prepare documents, heavy documents, that in the practical thought go to the practical proposals and the practice, that the real experience go to the proposals that help, very much of that, because if there is someone that has a concrete way of thinking, it is the working class. I learned that myself because for me, the Metro of Caracas was a great school to change many things that I saw at a theoretical level on the left and that I had learned thanks to God for many years studying Karl Marx, Engels, Lenin, Mao Zedong, and Ho Chi Minh, and Mariátegui as well. And with the example of the Cuban Revolution, Fidel, Che, Camilo, Raúl, listening to them and studying them. But I confess the years that I was as a worker of the Metro from February of 1991, my working companions taught me to think and do in a different way. I reformatted myself for the better, and it was a lot what I learned from that. And in those years when Chavez came up and then I met him, well, the revolution, the true revolution. So we have to organize the methodology. Delcy helped me there together with Piñata and the whole team, the delegates, men and women. Last time we talked of 3 great subjects, correct? 4. The first one, the economy, the production, proposals, concrete proposals to improve and balance and increase the national economy without depending on anyone. The second point, the organization, the new structures of the working class combat, the syndicates, the federations, the sectors, the CPTs, to shuffle the cards, for you to see that what is coming from here is historical and it's going to impact the reality of the working class of the world. You will see. The third point, Bolivarian militias and combating bodies and the plan, the integral plan of defense that comes because each one defends their space, the petroleum facilities, the gas ones, to defend them from the CIA that has put a lot of money and they have been told go there and damage the economy of Venezuela. That is the plans of the CIA, and based in those plans, the working class power, thousands of eyes and ears towards the world. You understand me, right? In the installations of gas, of petroleum, of electricity, of transportation, and many other examples, pay attention. No one should doze off. Don't doze off. Pay attention. It is a word that is in the dictionary. And so the fourth point, the international commission that has pushed a very good team who I want to congratulate. I want to congratulate the International Commission, to the partner Francisco and also Alexis and all of the international team present here, men and women, the philosopher. I didn't know, but you have to stand up with your hands and use your hands to standing up. Is your recovery good? Are you doing therapy? Well, good luck and may God bless you.
Fourth point. 4 key points that you're already discussing. We have 24 days to go to install that journey, monumental journey of the Constituent Congress of the working class. Well, in these 24 days, we need to accelerate the path to facilitate the assemblies and to organize all of the data, to organize every working table, and to keep advancing, moving forward in the development of this immense potentiality of the working class. I want to make a call, a very special one, to the youth, the working class, the youth of the working class. We need to call on them to guarantee that the youth, working youth, and entrepreneur youth to be involved in this tremendous effort of the Constituent Congress in every working place, in all of the economic activities. And we need to guarantee that women be empowered and turn into the great protagonists of this constituent process. Youth, women, working class, to move forward. I'm going through my notes that I brought here today. It is a different era we are inaugurating at this moment, without a doubt. It is an era of maximum national unity. We have been moving forward. The Farmers Constituent founded the National Union of Farmers Ezequiel Zamora, 1,200,000 peasants activated in the grassroots of the farmers' bases. The fishery as well has 15 million national councils. The communal power of 49,000 communal circuits, and the great fourth election of upcoming November 23rd. The student youth movement is also flying away. Tomorrow is the National Day of the Students, and tomorrow we are ending the Constituent Congress of the university students and the middle education students as well. The grandparents and grandmothers circles are also multiplying in the communities. The committees of women in the grassroots are also multiplying by thousands throughout the territory. The working class, communal power, women's power, youth power, students' power, elderly people, grandparents, grandmothers are the key forces of independence and peace of the Republic. That Venezuela is under threat. Never, no threat could defeat this immense strength of creation and peace that our country has. Never. Imperialism says, and says again, and 1 week after repeats its narrative, the same lies, fake news, so repeated over and over again, week after week, led them with their fake news, with their lies, with their threats. And here we, with our immense power, popular power, our immense social power, conquering peace every day. Conchita cited Liberator. And I brought here the thinking, the precise thinking of Liberator, Simon Bolivar, the greatest warrior, the leader of leaders, leader of leaders, the greatest of leaders, political and military leaders of all of the Americas, and perhaps the world, the man who built up 7 military bodies to liberate Venezuela, Colombia, Panama, Ecuador, Peru, and found Bolivia. The man who founded republics and broke the chains of the Spanish Empire. On June 23rd, Conchita, of 1820, 1 year and a day before the Carabobo battle, preparing already the ideas, the strategic ideas of the movements of the people and the troops. This warrior that he had left still to go through the path of Carabobo, Pichincha, Bombona, and the glory of Ayacucho, still, and the greatest glory which was found in Bolivia, as he found it as well 200 years ago in these days. This warrior proclaimed something that is very much alive today, which is our proclamation. And in these days, I've been speaking to the U.S. people. And in these days, with my brothers of the evangelical churches, we made a prayer that bring a message to the evangelic and Christian churches in the U.S., and the message arrived, saying to them our truth. What is that the U.S. people, the U.S. government is launching airplanes and missiles and threatening to massacre and kill the Christian people, a people of God? But it said that Jesus Christ authorizes the massacre of a whole nation. You imagine our dear God authorizing to missiles be launched and for the massive killing of an entire people. And why are there people in Washington that wants to kill women and men, innocent women and men of the people of Jesus Christ? Because I handed this land to Jesus Christ, and this homeland is the people of God and our beloved Jesus Christ is commander-in-chief on all of these battles. I've been speaking a lot to the U.S. people because I know they understand us, and the people of the United States respect us and loves us and do not believe in all of those lies. Today there are a lot of majority in the public opinion on the streets of the United States. They know that they were lied to when they said that Iraq had the massive weapons of massive destruction, and they left with millions of deaths in Iraq. And they know that they've been lied at when the government has attacked nations with the excuse of having nuclear weapons. They know this is a lie. They cannot say that Maduro has biological weapons nor nuclear weapons. They cannot accuse us that we have nuclear weapons. They cannot say that we have the nuclear bomb, the atomic bomb. So they are accusing us of a nonsense that the U.S. know in their intuition that and my beloved brothers and sisters of the Christian community, that they know that these are lies, pure lies. And we are in Venezuela cultivating the idea of Bolivar, building the homeland of Bolivar. And Venezuela has the right, as every nation of the world, to live at peace. And the peace that we have today, no one gave it to us. And the independent republic and beautiful we have, no one gifted to us. We earned it. So all that we have today, all that is yet to come, we will earn it by strength. And with Bolivar we say to the US people, and we say to the people of the United States and our brothers and sisters of Latin America, what on June 23rd of 1820, 1 year and 1 day before the Carabobo battle, the peace will be my port, my deck, my glory, my reward, my hope, my greatness, and everything that is beautiful in the world, Simon Bolivar. And the peace will always be our victory. Long live to the working class constituent.
Thank you very much. We will prevail. Music.
We are live at this hour to Venezuela. We were just listening to President Nicolas Maduro, that is leading the balance of the grassroots assemblies ahead of the Constituent Congress of the working class. He has referred to a number of topics, but especially to the historic brotherhood between Colombia and Venezuela, also to the role played by the working class in the economic development of the nation. They are key, he said, to surpass, to overcome the economic war imposed by the US. In this context, President Nicolas Maduro also have remembered the leadership as well of Liberator Simon Bolivar in his struggle to liberate the entire continent, and also the prevalence of Venezuela and their determination to keep defending their sovereignty through peace, through diplomacy as well, through joyfulness. President Nicolas Maduro also made a call to the youth of the nation to get involved, to have the space to involve, to participate as well in the public policy making of the nation, in the upcoming elections as well, consultation process, the fourth popular consultation that is going to be happening next November 23rd. And with all of these information, this very last minute information, we have come to the end of this news brief. Remember, you can find these and many other stories on our website at telesurenglish.net. For Telesur English, I'm Alejandra Garcia. Thank you for watching.